This video will show you how to work with checkboxes and radio buttons. The way we group checkboxes and radio buttons into groups is using group boxes. So I have added a group box with a text background color and a name group box color, right? So the name of the group box color and has a text of background color. And to that group box, I have added two radio buttons. One has a name of radio button green, the other one radio button orange. Similarly, I have added two checkboxes, checkbox bold and checkbox italic, to a group box named group box font. And the text of each of these you can see already on display, right? So it's text bold, text italic, text font, text background color, text orange or green, and orange. So what we want to do is we want to change the background color of the form when a radio button is clicked or selected, and we want to change the font, the form's font, to either bold or italic if either of these checkboxes are clicked. So just keep in mind that when we have a group of checkboxes, we can have multiple of them selected, versus when we have a group of radio buttons, only one of them will be selected by default behavior of these. So now the next thing we want to do is we're going to double click on the button, which is named button change, so that when the user clicks this, something happens. So the first thing we want to do is we want to check to see if our checkbox bold and checkbox italic are checked. So if either of these are checked, right, if either this one or this one are checked, that's what this code checks here. If that is true, they both have been selected. And if that is the case, then what I'm going to do is I'm going to change the form's font. So this refers to the form, and we're going to make the font equal to a new font, and this new font is going to be both bold and italic. And similarly, what we're going to do is we're also going to check to see if only the bold checkbox is checked and the other one is not checked. And if that is the case, we're going to change the font to only bold now. The next one that we're going to do is we're going to check to see if the bold checkbox is not checked, but the italics is checked. So then we want to apply only italic styling to the font. That's going to be the new font. And then the final check is to see if neither of them is checked. If neither of them is checked, then what we're going to do is we're just going to leave the font as regular, or we're going to change the font back to regular. Now the next thing that we're going to do is we also want to check to see if our radio buttons have been checked or selected. So if a radio button green has been checked, radio button green, right? If that button has been checked, then what we want to do is we want to change the background color of the form. And again, I'm going to refer to the word this to the form. Okay, so that changes the form's background color to green. And then similarly, I'm also going to check to see if the radio button orange was clicked or checked. And if so, I'm going to change the form's background color to orange. So let's test the program. I'm going to click change, changes to green, orange, change the font, change italic, remove bold, remove italic,